The American sitcom, a type of show with an indescribable comfort to many. At one time, it was actually a pinnacle of a comedian's star power to have their own sitcom. Now, as the TV landscape has changed, the good old laugh-tracked American sitcom has mostly fizzled out, with the exception of the spin-off. How I Met Your Mother became How I Met Your Father. That 70s show became That 90s show. You catch my drift? Now, with the spin-off trend's varying success, mainly not successful, we land at our topic of today, Georgie and Mandy's first marriage. The spin-off King and Queen, originally The Big Bang Theory, turns into Young Sheldon, turns into Georgie and Mandy's first marriage. I have reviewed Young Sheldon in the past, and I'll be focusing on that show and this show much more than The Big Bang Theory itself, as these two shows share the same timeline and characters. Young Sheldon was a show I slept on for the longest time. I implore you, go watch that show. I fell in love with the Texas heart of the show, its characters, one of my favorites actually being Georgie himself. It's a charming show that really has good comedy, storytelling, heart, and spirit. Basically, when all is said and done, Georgie and Mandy's first marriage follows more or less immediately after the tragic events of Young Sheldon's finale. So it is a show that would benefit you watching its original show, but not fully necessary. The show can stand on its own, especially as it's a change of show style to Young Sheldon. This is a straight up American comedy sitcom with built-in laugh track to boot. It was originally a shock to my system to see all the characters I once watched appear on more or less a set. I can't think of another show that had a spin-off with such a drastic style of change to its original. It is not a negative though, it is a Chuck Lorre show after all, and a prequel to The Big Bang Theory at the end of the day. This show has received a decent reception online and has been renewed for a season 2, which I am thankful for. The two main complaints I have noticed online, however, are the laugh track itself and the music for the show. For me, the music I can understand doesn't scream Texas, but it is not bad. I actually quite enjoy the intro to the show and the salsa type dance number. The laugh track did stick out, I would say, for the first 2 episodes. I think it's just a genuine shock to the system from watching Young Sheldon. I feel like once I let my guard down to the new characters and the new set, I genuinely just phased the laugh track out of my hearing. It might just be me, but it didn't hinder the experience personally. Now, with the internet's criticism out of the way, what are my thoughts on the show? Firstly, let's discuss the cast. Montana Jordan as Georgie, much like in Young Sheldon, is a star in his own right. He's been playing this character for so goddamn long, he is just Georgie in my eyes. Honestly, a great role model, a hard-working man, a family man, and a man with the strive to succeed. I find it hard to floor this man, and there's not a lot of positive TV characters like him out there. Emily Osmond as Mandy, it's great to see her in the light again. I grew up with her, watching her on Hannah Montana. Will Sasso as Jim McAllister is a very relaxed father figure, sharing a lot of traits that made George Cooper such a great TV dad. More or less, I could run down the list of actors and actresses reprising their roles from Young Sheldon, but I think it's just easier to say they all do such a great job here. They are characters we've grown to know and love. However, a character I have no recollection of is Mandy's brother Connor. Once again, this is a Chuck Lorre show, and with the obvious success of his original character Sheldon on display, I think Chuck genuinely was lost and thought, wait, we don't have Sheldon anymore. Scramble, quickly, get a quirky, high-functioning autistic character on screen now. Connor was a character that got a lot of runtime this season. He at the very least is a much more positive and kind-hearted person than Sheldon Cooper, but he does stick out like a sore thumb and has a lot of unnecessary one-liners. Honestly, my only concern for this show moving forward is this. I watched this show on HBO Max. I proceeded to enjoy the show, but at a binging pace. I think sitcoms genuinely suffer nowadays due to this fact that people are binge viewers. A comedy show with 22-minute episodes and a 22-episode season run is so easily watched but can be so easily forgotten. It has been approved for a season 2, yes, but so did That 90s show, and so did How I Met Your Father. I would like to see this show genuinely get its time to tell its story. I would be over rejoiced if I got to see this actually hit a mark of like a season 4, season 5 type run. I think it genuinely has potential, but depending on how long the hiatuses are between each season, it will just determine if the care will remain there for its audience. If you're watching this video today and you enjoyed Young Sheldon, just go check this out, man. Support the show. Montana was born to play this role. You also have many touching flashback sequences with George Cooper, and honestly, it's just nice to see the whole gang back together again. Let me know your thoughts on the show down below. This is the Ninch Movies. I post regular movie and TV show content, so like the video, subscribe, let me know what you thought of it, and I will see you guys in the next one. Scoop!
I'm using analog testing equipment from the 60s as a makeshift synthesizer.